Our next movement is going to be the stiff leg hinge. So this is really going to give you a feel for what it is like to do your deadlift. So we are going to be using the roller to help us with our spine alignment. So you're just going to take the roller, you're going to put it, you're going to put it around. You're going to have one hand closer to your glutes, so close to your tailbone, and you're going to have the other hand up at your head. So you're going to have your feet shoulder width apart. This is going to be the starting position. And from here, you're just going to hinge, so sending those hips back and down. When you come down, you want to make sure that you're feeling a nice big stretch in the hamstrings, so the back of the leg, and you want to ensure that you're not bending the knees because this is a stiff leg movement. So core nice and tight, glutes nice and tight, hinge, big stretch. Now, don't worry if you don't go super, super low. That is completely okay. Just go as low as you can and do not push past comfort. And up. And then here are a few without the roller. So pretending, let's say if I had a bar or dumbbells, come down, up and squeeze, down, up and squeeze. The bent knee hinge. So again, we are going to be starting in the same position. I am going to take you through it first with our roller to work with that spine. So you're going to bring it around, get that hand underneath. So the only difference here is that we're adding a slight bend to the knees, nothing crazy. So core is tight, glutes are tight, your spine is in a neutral position, nice and straight. As you come down, you're adding a slight bend to the knee. Up and squeeze. So as you come down, you're going to take your breath in. As you come up, you're going to exhale and tight. Breathe in, up, and tight. One more. Up and tight. And as you come up, you should be feeling a nice contraction in the glutes. So I'm going to show you again without the roller. So let's pretend we have our dumbbells or our barbell. So you're going to squeeze the back. You're going to come down. The contraction should come right now. Squeeze, up and squeeze the glutes again. So down, squeeze, up and squeeze the glutes again. Come down, squeeze. The B stance stiff leg hinge. So you're going to be starting this way. So what we're going to do is have our front leg, it's going to be nice and flat on the ground. Then our back foot is going to be give or take 1 to 2 feet behind. Then from here, so you want to make sure this front leg is nice and stiff, so it's going to be straight. And as you're coming into the movement, make sure that you're really engaging your core to help keep everything nice and tight and protective. So from here, glutes are tight, core is tight. You're going to hinge, up and squeeze, hinge, up and squeeze, hinge, up and squeeze. So as you go down, you should feel a nice big stretch in this back leg, and you shouldn't feel too much in the back leg. It is more of an assister. So we're going to switch. So bent, stiff. Again, core is tight, your hips are tucked in. Then from here, you're going to hinge, up and squeeze, hinge, up and squeeze, hinge, up and squeeze. So our next movement is the B stance bent knee hinge. So this is very similar to the other hinge movement that we did. You're still going to start with your feet in the same position. So you're going to have one leg forward, the other one is give or take 1 to 2 feet behind. This back foot is on a tippy toe, and then this front foot is slightly bent. It is ever so slight. So core is nice and tight, tucking the hips, squeezing the glutes. From here, you're going to come forward, having that slight bend in the knee, up and squeeze. So forward, slight bend in the knee, up and squeeze. I highly recommend for what you're looking at, I recommend that you look down and almost into the horizon. It's going to help your head and spine stay in alignment. So core tight, up and squeeze. Okay, we're going to switch. So toe, grip the floor, core tight, hinge, up and squeeze, hinge, up and squeeze, hinge, up and squeeze. The single leg hinge. So you're going to be starting, first and foremost, you're going to start with those feet shoulder width apart or hip width apart, whatever's more comfortable. Then from here, you're going to hinge back and come up. Now, if you want to make it a little bit easier, you're going to start with your back foot a little bit behind, and then you're just going to hinge and follow that natural progression, and then up, again, stopping there. Okay, and that's it. The single leg hinge with the knee up. So this one is a little bit more advanced. You're going to start with your feet, again, hip shoulder width apart. You're going to start here, you're going to come hinge, core tight, then you're going to come up and knee up. So hinge, up, knee up, knee up. So for this one, you really want to ensure that whichever leg is on the floor stabilizing, it is going to be in your best interest to squeeze the floor with the toes, because that is going to help you maintain the balance.